Well, the way realtors are paid is about to change nationally. Up until now, home sellers typically had to pay a 5 or 6% commission. Going forward, buyers' agents must discuss their compensation up front. Starting August 17th, realtors' commissions will no longer be split between the realtor and another agent. Now, the change comes as a result of a settlement announced by the National Association of Realtors back in March. Realtors have been preparing for the adjustment since then, but how will buyers be impacted? John Cota, owner of Next Home Experience Bangor and Rockland, explains.
There's really no big change. The key to remember is this: we're still going to offer the top representation that we possibly can. We're just being more transparent about commissions. You're still going to have representation, as will sellers. It's just that we're now decoupled, meaning XYZ Realty and Next Home Experience won't be sharing in fees.
Under the new rules, buyers' agents will have to enter into a written agreement with a prospective home buyer before touring a property together. This agreement is designed to inform buyers they are responsible for paying their own realtors if a seller chooses not to cover the cost.